Hello everybody, it's Ross here and welcome back to the den. I hope you're all keeping warm where you are, or cool if you're in the southern hemisphere. So, I have a special treat today as we get to film me, and I'm saying we again, I guess it's just me and the camera as the we, doing some work on my model railway. The tripod has been prepared. I still haven't found a suitable holder mount thing for my cell phone. I guess I gotta order one maybe, I guess. So in the meantime, here's some somewhat shoddy video quality from this $20 camera picked up at Walmart a few years back. Now, an Amazon order of mine arrived in this week before the due date of Friday for once, and I'm like going, wow, that is awesome. And I've been busy getting to work on this. As you can see, I've got my 22 gauge wire that I've been stripping down the ends for and getting ready to solder to track. And basically, what I plan to do is solder these to the track ends underneath, because it'll hide them away. But I soon later figure out that didn't go to plan. Now, I'm giddy as a schoolboy right now. It's like new tools to use, and I've never soldered anything outside a couple of wires before since I was 6 years old. So this is a bit of a learning experience for me. At least I have a dial on this unit here to see what the temperature's at. And it heats up like right away. And learning from this and look at some stuff after soldering, a lot of people suggest to use flux on your nickel silver track first and then apply the solder. Whereas the solder I'm using is flux built into it, so it's kind of like a combination, I guess. Something like that. And after getting that all sorted, it's back to the track, drilling some holes, and this is where I find out things just didn't go to plan. So after trying to figure out a couple other workarounds without making a mess, it was a failure. I'm pretty sure if I was a little bit better at math and reading a tape measure, I could precisely drill where I needed the holes to be for the wires. And these wires are quite long, so if I dangle them straight down, I probably could have put a mark. But let's just go back to the old school way and attach them to the side of the rails. I'm guessing later on I can just paint over them and kind of hide them in, because this is my big project, my big baby. I kind of wanted to make it look, as nice as possible, but I'm telling myself in the end, I haven't built a railway in a long time, so I doubt this is going to look as super good as some of those future ones. But yeah, this is me experimenting long ago and just having fun, right? Because the whole hobby is about having fun, and in the end of the day, I'm pretty sure it's going to look superb anyhow. By end of the day, probably hopefully before the end of the year when I get all the grass and stuff down. Now, just to move along here, I'm preparing the soldering iron and getting the solder all ready. And I've actually went and got my dust mask, because one thing I realized is I'm soldering here, there's some vaporous fumes. Stuff probably isn't healthy for you. And of course I looked it up and they're saying, if you're not exposed to it, indefinitely for several hours on end, you're perfectly fine. You will just get some eye irritation or nostril irritation, that kind of thing. But I figured because I don't have a fan, let's get this mask on, and it did make a difference. Even though I'm not breathing it in and do my best to avoid the fumes, it's still better to keep a safe practice and, keep yourself healthy. Man, this soldering gun works really, really well. But of course, I'm well, I shouldn't say more like I'm having troubles getting the solder to stick. And I grabbed this little pin drill here to kind of help me get it, hold the wire in while I heat up the track, the solder that's on the wire, and then hopefully it all sticks to the track and not my soldering tip. But overall, I'm actually quite pleased with this unit. I mean, it was $60 on Amazon.ca. That's .ca, not .com, which is the US version. Now to quickly finish this up as I go along and make sure everything's all set. And hopefully tomorrow afternoon or morning I'll be running some trains to test to see how my soldering work went. So it's a lovely Thursday morning, and already I am currently testing out my soldering work. Now, I went to try siding number 3, and as we can see, it stalls. And now I'm kind of trying to figure out why would it stall. Did the solder not go good, or is the wire all of a sudden bad? I wasn't sure. So I went to switch it out to try siding number 2, and of course, siding number 2, no problems whatsoever. So now, I'm going to go and fiddle around here and trying to figure out what is wrong with siding number 3. Why won't it connect? So I tried jiggling the wire, tried making some adjustments, and still to no avail, I was not able to get it going. But later, I ended up taking the soldering off and noticed one of the wires wasn't fully making contact with the rail, and more contact with the plastic, so there was some melted ties on the backside of the track. But it'll soon be corrected. Oh, it is now time to test the turntable, and boop, nope, doesn't want to go. Try again, just in case it was a loose connection with the wire. And I actually turned the whole thing around because I couldn't remember how the plates underneath worked. And round and around she goes, round and around she goes, round and around she goes. Take 2, dead again. And this is where I actually switched the wires around. So where I wanted to keep red to the front, black to the back, in this case it's black to the front, red in the back, as we'll soon see. I do need, however, to clean up my train turntable here a little bit. Now, as you can see here, siding number 4 is also dead, along with number 5 coming up here. But again, soon remedied after some testing. And once more, take 2 on the testing. I've gone and resoldered the joints on sidings number 3, 4, and 5. I gave them some more solder, which I believe corrected the problem, and we'll soon see. We have lights, and there is noise, and we'll just see how this rolls. And of course, I bumped the one line powering the track to the turntable, which killed the engine for a moment. Now it's time to prepare the next set of track for soldering and mounting. Currently I'm just going around setting the placement for each track and just putting a screw down, because why not? But just little number 5, I believe. 3/4 inch screws, or no, 1/2 inch screws. You know what? I don't even remember. But they're short enough. And I'm just doing them one at a time, making sure everything lines up and feels right. And now drilling the holes for the wires. And now to do a quick test run of everything before I set the wires in stone. And of course, I'm about to flip the track for the locomotive here. Now, I looked online and inscriptions, and after getting some help by a couple of guys on Reddit, they said they used an auto-reverser piece of equipment for their Atlas turntable. And I'm thinking, I'm just parking locomotives. I'm pretty sure I don't need an auto-reverser, because that would be useful for like a loop of track or something, where basically it automatically changes the polarity to match the main line. And I soon learned that I don't need that reverser or the toggle switch idea, which I had in mind before, because basically Atlas has this thing where it's like up, down, A, B thing on their turntable. I forget where I put the manual to, but essentially there's like these marks or spots marked B and marked part A. So if the locomotive's getting off on A, essentially it's going to need the polarities of the wiring changed around. So I got 3 sections of track that I switched the polarities around on, and believe it or not, it actually all worked. So exiting off of B forwards or backwards, locomotive runs fine. Exiting forwards or backwards off the A parts on the turntable to the stall after switching the wires around, it also works fine. No shorts. So I'll have to definitely do a video or a brief one showing that the Atlas turntable is indeed DCC friendly, long as you keep in mind where the A and B's are on the turntable. However, if I had a track going out the other side and it's on the other polarity of the table, I would definitely have to run a automatic reverse or loop or polarity reverser thingamabob. So unfortunately my camcorder's batteries died at this point. I do have a bit of touching up to do on the rails, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them all out, solder the back joints together so they get a good connection, clean up all the tracks, set them all back in, including some of the wires. Didn't quite make good enough contacts, so I got to clean them up too and redo them. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you all next week. So take care and keep safe. Wait, next week? Or the week after? I don't know yet. Forget the next week part. Just have a good day. See you all now.